Harihi Om. Shuklam Varadaram Vishnu Sasivaranam Jaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarvavighnopashantaye. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Sarvalokanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Hidaye Sarvavidyanam Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Shankaram Lokashankaram Apara Karuna Sindhum Jnanadam Shantarupinam Shri Chandrasekhara Gurum Pranamami Mudanvaham Arityajya Maunam Vathadasthitincha Vrajan Bharatasya Pradeshat Pradesham Madhusyanti Vacha Janan Dharma Margenayan Shri Jayendro Gururvati Chitte Namama Shankaran Vakya Vijayendra Saraswati Shri Gurum Vishtamar Garunetaram Sanmati Pradam Satyanarayana Kshetrat Satyavratamupagadam Ashraye Kamukotisham Satya Shri Chandrasekharam Sadguru Charanarvindabhyan Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is talking about how to approach karma for different people. Because our dharma does not believe in one size fits all approach. There are other religions that believe in one size fits all approach. You have to do this in order to go near God. Our dharma does not discriminate like that. Why? Because loko bhinna ruchihi. Even for a breakfast in one family, people do not have agreement. One people will like idli, one person likes dosa, one person likes upma, one person likes puri, one person likes roti. And even in idli, dosa, some people will like it in uttapam form, some people will like in roast form. So, loko bhinna ruchihi. If that being the case, just for a simple breakfast, people are definitely going to have different levels of maturity in terms of spirituality. People are going to have different levels of spiritual maturity. So naturally, you cannot put all of them in one bin and then say everybody has to do the same thing. Obviously, people are not going to be like that. So our dharma being a natural dharma has evolved naturally. In our dharma, there are options for different people depending upon what level of maturity they are. So previously we have discussed it. There are three types of people. A person who is not into the philosophy at all. He is spiritually inclined. He wants to follow the rules and regulations of Shastra, but he is not into moksha. He is into punyam and papa. Of course, punyam. He wants to do lots of punyam. He wants to go to Swargaloka. For a normal people, that itself is a very high spiritual thing that we normally believe. But that is actually the lowest form in Vedanta. Right? Because punyam and papam kshine vitte matyalokam vishanti Shastra says. You go to Swargaloka, you have to get a visa in order to enter into Swargaloka. After your visa period is over, Indra will kick you back into Manushya-loka. And then there are the other end of the spectrum. These very highly evolved people, highly spiritually evolved people. For them, they are jnanis, so they do not want any punyam or papam. They have a vairagyam for punyam and papam. They have a vairagyam for swargam and narakam. They understand their own self, that they are Brahman. The Guru has done the Upadesham of Tattvamasi. The Sishya has understood that correctly as Aham Brahmasmi, and then they will have their own method of worship. And Krishna here says both of them have to do karma. The karmi, a not so highly spiritually evolved person, has to do karma because karma gives them punyam. And with punyam, they are going to get Svargaloka, which is an evolved loka. There is a byproduct of punyam which we will discuss later. And for a jnani, even though jnani does not have to do any karma, because we do karma because we want to achieve something. For a jnani, what is there to achieve? Jnani has already understood his own self as Atma. And as Atma Swarupam, jnani does not have anything to achieve. So jnani, even though he does not have to do any karma, Krishna says he has to do karma. Why not? To be an example for other person. Jnani has to do karma because he wants to be an example for unevolved or under-evolved souls. So Krishna has established that the two ends of the spectrum has to do karma. What is the intent behind doing karma? For an ajnani will believe that he is the person who does karma. Ahankarta. Ahankara vimoodatma kartaham iti manyate prakritehe kriyamanani. In 27th shloka, Krishna talks about ajnani. Prakritehe kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimoodatma karta aham iti manyate. So an ajnani does karma thinking that he is doing karma. No, Swami, avardhana karma. The body is doing karma. The mind is doing karma. But he is not body and mind. But an ajnani does not know that. Because that is why he is called as an ajnani. But a jnani also does karma. Tattvavittu, the 28th person, you have to imagine, in movies and in shows and all, there will be a hero, there will be a villain. The camera will be focusing 1 second towards hero, another second towards villain. 1 second hero, another second villain. 1 person hero, another second villain. The same way, when here there is no hero or no villain. There are heroes, but there are no villains. But that is the thing that Krishna is doing. One shloka he will talk about jnani, another shloka he will talk about ajnani. One shloka he will talk about jnani, another shloka he will talk about ajnani. So ajnani has already spoken about prakritehe kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimoodatma kartaham iti manyate. So an ajnani does karma thinking that he is doing karma. Cut panna next jnani kaamikiraar. On the other hand, tu tattvavittu tu na on the other hand, tattvavittu mahabaho guna karma vibhagayoho guna guneshu vartanta iti matvana sajjate. On the other hand, the tattvavittu, with means to know. Adilanda vedamgarthu vandhathu. Vedamgarthu enga vandhathu? It comes from the root word with, means to know. On the other hand, a tattvavit, a person who knows tattva, he knows that he is not the one who does karma. A tattvavit does not do, a tattvavit also does karma, but he knows that he is not the one who does karma. It is his body and mind that does karma. So that is the role, that is the attitude with which a jnani does karma. And then he says, okay, jnani and ajnani do not speak to each other directly. Because jnani குழப்பி விட்டுருவார், இல்லை ஞானிக்கு கொஞ்சம் ஞானம் கம்மியாக இருந்தால் அஜ்ஞானி குழப்பி விட்டுருவார். ஸோ அதனால் சொல்கிறார், பிரகிருத்தே குணசம்மூடாக சஜ்ஜந்தே குணகர்மசு தானு அகிருஷ்ண விதோ மந்தானு கிருஷ்ண வித்ன விசாலையே. Even if you are a jnani, if you see an ajnani, do not teach them Bhagavad Gita. Do not confuse them. I mean, do not teach them Bhagavad Gita as I am telling. Krishna says, do not confuse them. Let them do their own karma. Here is where the byproduct of karma comes into picture. What karma na? Vaidika karma. If a person, even though he is an ajnani, even though he wants punyam, even though his goal is to gain lots of punyam, either to go to Swargaloka after his death or to enjoy bhoga in this world, in the next janma or in the same janma, he does lots of punya karma, underline punyam. He does lots of vihita karma, underline vihita. Vihita karma na things that are prescribed by shastras. He does lots of Vaidika karma, underline Vaidika. And an ajnani, even if he does karma for the sake of punyam, for the sake of swargam, for the sake of getting lots of good things in the next janma, a jnani do not go and show all of your vidvat to them. Why not? Because these karma, punya karma, vihita karma, vaidika karma has got an avantara phalam. This punya karma, vaidika karma, vihita karma has got an avantara phalam. The mukhya phalam is punyam. Mukhya phalam is swargam. But the avantara phalam is chitta shuddhihi. It prepares the mind for getting jnana. What is the role of karma? If you do karma properly, if you do the prescribed karma, if you do karma for your varna and ashrama, that is important. I do karma na kanna binana karma pana, that does not give you chitta shuddhi. If you do karma as prescribed in shastras, even if it is going to give punya, an avantara phalam of punya is purification of your mind. And only when your mind is purified, you can mature towards jnana yoga. Just imagine, just think, what did we do to study Bhagavad Gita? There are lots of people in this universe, in this world. How many of them has got interest in Bhagavad Gita? Fraction. 0.1%, not even 1%. If people who has got interest in Bhagavad Gita, how many of them has got an opportunity to study Bhagavad Gita? Only a small fraction. So what did we do differently? What did we do differently to study Bhagavad Gita, to have an interest in Bhagavad Gita, to have an opportunity to study Bhagavad Gita? We all did some punya karma. So punya karma not only gives Swargaloka, punya karma not only gives fortunes, it does that. That is the main phalam of punya karma. But while doing that, punya karma also purifies our mind a little bit. Punya karma also purifies our mind a little bit so that we get a ruchi for jnanam. We get an opportunity to study Vedanta. So that is the phalam of punya karma. So anala Krishna solrar, hey jnani, just because you studied Bhagavad Gita, just because you have undergone some Upanishads, Do not go and பண்றவனையும் கெடுக்காத. Because sometimes jnana gives this pratibandhakam. And for a jnani, he will not confused. But an ajnani will be easily confused. When a person does Sandhya Vandanam, he does not know any Shastra and all. I am telling normal example. அவனுக்கு சாஸ்திரம்லாம் தெரியாது. ஏதோ பார்த்து வாத்தியார் சந்தியாவந்தனம் பண்ணுப்பான்னு சொல்லி கொடுத்துருக்காரு. உட்கார்ந்துட்டு ஆச்சமனம் பண்ணுறான். ரொம்ப பெரிய சாஸ்திர வித்வான் வந்து பார்க்குறார். ஐயோ உட்கார்ந்து ஆச்சமனம் பண்ணால் பாவம்பான்னு சொன்னார்னா என்ன பண்ணுவா பாருங்க, 100-90 பேர் அச்சோ நம்ம புண்ணியம் பண்ணுறோன்னு பாவத்தை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோன்னு சந்தியாவந்தனத்தையே விட்டுருவான். 10 பேர் வில் சே okay, 10% would want to learn what is the proper way to do Achamana and then they will do. But the remaining 90 people will say, aha, Achamanam mandradhe tappu. Because there are ways in Shastra that say you have to do Achamana in proper way, blah, 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 blah. You know, if you take Dharma Shastra book for 100 pages, how to do Achamanam, they are writing. A Dharma Shastra Vidwan, if he goes on telling to everybody, okay, this is not the right way to do Achamana, this is not the right way to do Achamana, this is not the right way to do Achamana, out of 100, 10 people will learn the right way to do Achamana, they will do Achamana properly, but all the remaining people, karma nashtam, நாளையிலிருந்து சந்தியா வந்தனமே பண்ண மாட்டேன். நிறையா பேர் அப்படிதான் இருக்கா. குழந்தைக்கு பூனல் போடுன்னா இல்லை மந்திரத்துக்கு அவனுக்கு அர்த்தமே தெரியாது, சந்தியாவந்தனம்னா என்னன்னே தெரியாது, அர்த்தம் தெரியாமல் சந்தியாவந்தனம் பண்ணி பிரயோஜனம் இல்லை, நான் பூனலே போட மாட்டேன், போடாமல் இருக்கான். அவனுக்கு அர்த்தம் தெரிஞ்சு அர்த்தம் தெரியற அளவுக்கு மெச்சூரிட்டி வந்ததுக்கப்புறம் நான் பூனல் போட்டுக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னுட்டோ, அவனுக்கு அர்த்தம் தெரியற அளவுக்கு மெச்சூரிட்டி வந்ததுன்னா அவனுக்கு இங்கே ருச்சி இல்லை. சாஸ்திரம் சொல்றது காமன் வரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி காயத்ரி உள்ள போயிடணுங்கிறது சாஸ்திரம். பட் அப்படி இல்லை, கர்மா நஷ்டம், பிரம்மண்யம் நஷ்டம், வம்சாவளியே போயிடுத்தேன். அப்படியே அவிச்சின்னமா அவளுக்கு வேதாத்தியன பரம்பரை. அவள் தாத்தா கேட்டா எங்கள் தாத்தா சோமயாகம் பண்ணியிருப்பாம்பா, எங்கள் கொள்ளு தாத்தா அந்த யாகம் பண்ணியிருக்காங்கிறா, எங்கள் வம்சாவளியே நீலகண்ட தீட்சிதர் பரம்பரைம்பா, அப்பைய தீட்சிதர் பரம்பரைம்பா, பையனுக்கு குழல் போட்டிருக்க மாட்டான். வம்சாவளி போயிடுச்சு. அதனால ரொம்பவும் சாஸ்திரம் தெரிஞ்சவாள் ரொம்பவும் சாஸ்திரம் தெரியாதவாள்கிட்ட ரொம்பவும் பேசப்படாது. அதுதான் இங்கே சொல்கிற தான கிருஷ்ண விதோ மந்தானு கிருஷ்ண வித்து ந விசாலே. That is why in the last class I told, I don't know if you guys remember or not, do not give advice unsolicitedly. Unsolicited advice is not encouraged. If somebody comes to you and then ask, hey, how to do Achamanam properly, you teach them how to do Achamanam properly. Do not go to a place where everybody is doing Sandhya Vadana, keep on pointing out what is the mistake each and every one of them is doing. A jnani, that is what a jnani will do. And I mean, a jnani don't do Krishna, that's what he says. Okay, do not do that. And we now will have another question. Okay, Krishna spoke about a jnani. Krishna spoke about an ajnani. Where are we sitting? We are neither jnani, we are neither ajnani. Right? All the problem that we have, we think that Krishna would have forgotten all of us. No, Krishna, that's why he is called as Jagat Guru. He never forgets about anybody. We are neither jnani. Why not? We all know that I am not jnani. If it is one thing that is clear, I am not jnani, that is the thing that is clear to us. Because we still have vasanas of deha, we still have raga, we still have vesha. Right? We have deha bhava. So we are not jnani. On the other hand, we are not completely ajnani as well. Right? So now at least, people have endured this many Bhagavad Gita classes with this many breaks. I am not regular. I know that I am not regular. Because we want to know about Bhagavad Gita, we know that there is something that is beyond punyam and papam. There is something that is beyond the sukha and dukkha. So we are not completely ajnani as well. So how should I do karma? That we do karma is clear. But what is the attitude with which we have to do karma? Here Krishna says, very relevant shloka for all of us. Mahi sarvani karmani sanyasyaadhyatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yuddhasva vigatajvaraha. So Krishna takes Arjuna as an example for all of us. Because Arjuna is neither jnani nor ajnani. Arjuna is also spiritually inclined. Arjuna also talks to Krishna. Sir, where do we speak to Krishna now? We are speaking to Krishna through Bhagavad Gita. Whatever question we have, Arjuna has represented us and Arjuna has asked. So Krishna is taking Arjuna as an example for all of us. Mahi sarvani karmani sanyasyaadhyatma chetasa. Hey Arjuna, you do karma. You will have ahankara. Ahankara means what? I am doing. The bhava that I am doing. It is your body who does all the karma. If your body does karma, there is going to be a phalam for that karma, which is punyam or papam. If your body does lots of punya karma, your body is going to enjoy Swargaloka. Not with this body. Of course, you have a Sukshma Sharira, which is your mind. The mind is going to go to Swargaloka. It is going to take another body, another Sthula Sharira there in the Swargaloka. If your Sukshma Sharira has got lot of papam, it is going to take another body, Pasu Pakshi Mrigadaya. So, as a Rendungatan, Krishna has given us a name called as Mumukshu. Mumukshu Moksha Icha. We have an Icha for Moksha, but we are still Ajnanis. Right? We are still one level higher than Ajnani, but we are not Jnani. One level lower than Jnani, Rendungatan Mumukshu. So a Mumukshu also has to do karma, but when he does karma, Mahi sarvani karmani sanyasya. You do karma, but you give all the karma onto me. Bhagavan mela bharatta pottu karma pannu. How you do karma? The attitude with which you have to do karma is such that I offer all my karma to Bhagavan. Sanyasya, to give out all the karma. That is why at the end of any puja we say Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai Narayanayeti samarpayami. Narayanaya iti samarpayami. நமக்கு இந்த ஸ்லோகத்துக்கு அர்த்தம் தெரியாமலே பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். காயேன வாச்சா மனசேந்திரியைர்வா புத்தியாத்மனாவா பிரகிருதே ஸ்வபாவாத். காயே, whatever the karma that I am doing because of my body. Na vacha kayena. No, the karma that I am doing because of my body. Kayena kritam karma. Vacha kritam karma. The karma that I am doing because of my mouth. Kayena vacha manasendriyairva. Manasa indriyairva. Manasa kritam karma. Whatever the karma that I am doing because of my mind. Thinking is a karma. Even though physically work is not involved. When we translate karma to work, this is the problem that we get. Physically, we don't do any work. We don't do any karma. But thinking gives you punyam and papa. If you think good, you are going to get punyam. If you think bad things, you are going to get bad karma. Manasa, indriyairva. We have got indriya. We have got jnanendriya. We have got karmendriyas. The organs of actions, the organs of knowledge. Kannu, Kadu, Mooku, Naku, Tol. These are organs of knowledge. Kai, Kal, Vai, all these are organs of actions. So Manasendriyairva, Buddhyatmanava, whatever the actions that I do because of my intellect, mind is different, intellect is different. We will be doing actions with all of these things. Prakriti Swabhava, you understand that I do all of these actions because of my vasanas, Prakriti, because of the Swabhava of my Kaya, my Manasa, my Vak, my Indriya. Body nirda, it will be doing karma. Kannu nirda, it will be looking. Kaad, at least kannu you can close. Kaadu, you cannot close your ears. Kaadu nirda, it is going to hear. Mouth nirda, it is going to speak. Naak nirda, it is going to taste. Skin nirda, it is going to feel. So all of these things are doing their own dharma. என் மனசு தப்பா நினைக்கிறதே அப்படின்னு வருத்தப்படக்கூடாது. மனசு தப்பா நினைக்கிறதுன்னா அது மனசினுடைய ஸ்வரூபம், மனசினுடைய தர்மம். மனசு சரியாகவும் நினைக்கும், சில சமயம் மனசு தப்பாகவும் நினைக்கும். ஏன்னா நமக்கு பல கோடி அநாத்திய வித்யா வாசனையா நமக்கு நிறைய வாசனைகள் இருக்கு. நம்ம எல்லாரும் கம்ப்ளீட்டா புண்ணியம் மட்டுமே பண்ணலை. நம்ம எல்லாரும் புண்ணியம் மாத்திரமே பண்ணியிருந்தால் இந்த மனுஷ ஜென்மா நமக்கு கிடைச்சிருக்காரு. புண்ணியம் மாத்திரமே பண்ணியிருந்தா தேவலோகத்தில் தேவ ஜென்மா கிடைச்சிருக்கும். நமக்கு the moment, the very fact that we have Manushya Janma means that we have got a mixture of both Punyam and Papam. Punya karma is going to give you good thoughts. Papa karma is going to give you bad thoughts. So do not feel bad for getting bad thoughts. Bad thoughts are going to come. Do not feel bad for indulging in sense pleasures. Do not feel bad for having a thought for indulging in sense pleasures. I want to eat that. ஐயோ நான் இவ்வளோ பகவத்கீதை கேட்குறேன், எனக்கு இன்னும் இதில் இருக்கிற ஆசை போனியே, because of your vasana. But it does not mean that we have to put oil or ghee into that fire of bad thought. The fact that you are getting a bad thought is not bad. But what is bad now? I am indulging in that bad thought. I am encouraging that bad thought is in your hand. That is in your hand. எனக்கு பேட் தாட் வந்துடுத்தே, சரி நான் ராமராமா சொல்கிறேன்னா அது குட் திங். எனக்கு பேட் தாட் வந்துடுத்து, அதனால ஐ எம் கோயிங் டு என்கரேஜ் தட் பேட் தாட்னா தட் இஸ் பேட். தட் வி ஷுட் நாட் டு. Because we have our mind, we have our sense organs. These sense organs are bound to go astray. Your mind is bound to go astray. There is nothing wrong about it. But as you go deeper into spirituality, as we mature spiritually, we will first identify that, okay, my mind is going astray. My indriyas are going astray. An ajnani will never do that. An ajnani will actually find reason to encourage the mind going astray. நம்ம மாத்திரையே ஒரு குழந்தை தப்பு பண்ணிட்டுன்னா ஒரு சில பேரண்ட் வந்து குழந்தைகளுக்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுவான். குழந்தைகள் தப்பு தான் பண்ணியிருக்கோம், ஐயோ என் பையன் தப்பு பண்ணியிருக்க மாட்டான், அவன் ஏதோ பண்ணியிருக்கான், அதுக்கு இவன் ரியாக்ட் பண்ணிட்டான். We will find the fault on the other person. We will completely support our kids. ஏன்னா அது நம்ம குழந்தைங்கிறதுனால நமக்கு ஒரு மனசுலேயே இவன் தப்பு பண்ணுறாங்கிறது தெரிஞ்சாலும் ஐயோ மற்றவா நம்ம குழந்தைய பற்றி தப்பாக நினச்சிடக்கூடாதுன்ட்டு சப்பக்கட்டு கட்டுவோம். தமிழில் இட் இஸ் கால்ட் சப்பக்கட்டு கட்டுறது. அந்த மாதிரி கட்டக்கூடாது. நம்ம மனசில் பேடு தாட் வர்றது சகஜம். நம்ம இந்திரியங்கள் ஒரு மொமெண்ட் ஆஃப் வீக்னஸில் ஏதோ ஒன்று பண்ணக்கூடாத காரியத்தை பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறது சகஜம். பட் அதுக்காக நம்ம அதுக்கு சப்பக்கட்டு கட்டி அதையே அப்படியே அதை வளர விடுறதுங்கிறது நம்ம கையில் தான் இருக்கு. ஸோ தட் வி ஷுட் நாட் டூ. So kayena vacha manasendrerva buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanaya. So whatever I do, I offer that into Narayana. I do not do anything for me. I do it for Narayana. When we do things for Narayana, what will happen? The punyam and papam will go to Narayana, not to me. You are a policeman. You are a policeman. You are a person in army. There is a war. You want to shoot the other person. When a normal person shoots, the normal person will be arrested, he will be put in jail, he will be given punishment. But an army person shoots, he will not be arrested. Why not? He is not shooting for him. Even though the army person is doing the same karma, he is offering all the karma to the country. So the punyam and papam does not belong to him. The punyam and papam goes to the superiors, goes to the country. A person who hangs another person, a hanged man, he also kills. But he will not get any papam for killing another person. Why? Because he is just executing his orders. So even though you do something, if you are doing something because of somebody else's orders, if you are offering that karma onto somebody else, you are not going to get punyam and papam even secularly. கொலை பண்றவனை விட கொலை பண்ண தூண்டினவனுக்குத்தான் இது ஜாஸ்தி, தண்டனை ஜாஸ்தி. A person who kills, a person who incites him to kill, who will get more punishment? A person who incites that person to kill, he will get more punishment. Right? So the punyam and papam will go to the person who incites the other person to do something, because he is offering all the karma to the other person. In the same way, when I do karma, when I offer all the karma to Bhagavan, where will the punyam and papam will go? All the punyam and papam will go to Bhagavan, not to me. Because I am not doing any punyam, I am not doing any papam, my karma will remain zero. I am still an ajnani. I am not jnani yet. But there is a way to get neutral karma. There are fancy words these days. Carbon neutral. There are buildings that are carbon neutral. It is not going to release carbon, extra carbon into the atmosphere. It is not going to absorb extra carbon as well. Everything will be neutral. In the same way, we all will be karma neutral. Carbon neutral, karma neutral. We are not jnani yet, but we can still be karma neutral. How now? By offering our karma to Bhagavan. By offering our karma to Bhagavan. Initially, we will have lots of questions. We will have lots of issues regarding that. நான் ஒரு பாபத்தை பண்ணா அதை எப்படி பகவானுக்கு சமர்ப்பணம் பண்றதுன்னு நீ பண்ணு. தப்பு பண்றதுங்கிறது சகஜம். இனிஷியலி ஐ அம் டெல்லிங். போக 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 என்ன ஆயிடும்னா யுவர் ரேட் ஆஃப் டூயிங் பேட் திங்ஸ் வில் கம் டவுன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் திங் யூ வில் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் தட் யூ ஆர் டூயிங் சம்திங் பேட், அண்ட் ஸ்லோலி, because you are offering things on to Bhagavan, we ourselves will slowly decrease all the avihita karma. All the papa karma will automatically come down if we start this practice of offering things on to Bhagavan. Very, 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 very important shloka for all of us. Immediately relevant for all of us. More about the shloka we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। Thanks a lot. Have a great day.